Hello friends, today we will understand the sense of olfaction. The term olfaction is a Latin word which means smell. It refers to capacity of smelling or the sense of smell. What is the importance of this olfaction? Sense of smell can alter as danger like gas leak, rotten food, etc. Bad smells sends pain signals to the brain to warn us of possible danger, thereby individuals going to avoid it. Smell and taste are considered as chemical senses because the sensations arises from the interaction of the molecules with smell or taste receptors. Odors and taste can evoke strong emotional responses or a floods of memories as the impulse from the smell as well as taste propagate to the limbic system. In order to get detected by either sense, the stimulating molecule should be in dissolved state. First, we will see the functional anatomy regarding olfaction. Olfaction takes place in olfactory epithelium. The total area of 5 cm square, which is present in the superior part of nasal cavity, covering the inferior surface of cribriform plate, constitute olfactory epithelium. This olfactory epithelium contains 10 millions to 100 millions of receptors. Olfactory epithelium consists of 3 types of cells. They are olfactory receptor cells, supporting cells, and basal cells. Let us understand the structure as well as functions of each cell in brief. First cell is olfactory receptor cells. These olfactory receptor cells form the first order neurons of the olfactory pathway. Each receptor is a bipolar neuron with an exposed knob-shaped dendrite and an axon projecting through the cribriform plate and ending in olfactory bulb. These olfactory receptor cells contains a cilia which is projecting from its dendrite is called as olfactory hairs. These olfactory hairs responds to the inhaled chemicals. Next structure which is present in olfactory epithelium is supporting cells. They are columnar epithelial cells of the mucous membrane which is lining the nose. They provide physical support, nourishment, and electrical insulation for the olfactory receptor cells. And they also detoxify the chemicals which comes in contact with the olfactory epithelium. And the last cell which is present in olfactory epithelium are basal cells. As the name suggests, basal, these are the stem cells which are located between the base of supporting cells. They continuously undergo cell division to produce new olfactory receptor cells. Apart from 3 types of cells, the olfactory epithelium also contains a gland called as Bowman's gland. It is situated within the connective tissue that supports olfactory epithelium. Functions of this gland is to produce mucus. This mucus will be carried to the surface of epithelium by ducts. Mucus is important to moisten and dissolves odorant molecules because odoriferous substance can stimulate the olfactory receptor cells only if it is in dissolved state. Next, we will see the physiology of olfaction. Olfactory transduction. Transduction is nothing but conversion of one form of energy into another form. In the case of olfactory transduction, the olfactory receptor cells will convert chemical energy into action potentials in olfactory nerve fibers. The mechanism involved in this transduction process is odorant molecules will attach to receptor proteins which are present in receptor cell. These together form substance-receptor complex. These substance-receptor complex will activate adenylyl cyclase enzyme. As a result, there will be formation of cyclic adenosine monophosphate. So this cyclic AMP leads to opening of sodium channel in the receptor cell. As a result, there will be influx of sodium ion lead to the generation of receptor potential inside the receptor cells. In this image, we can see the mechanism involved in olfactory transduction. Odorant molecule attached to a receptor protein which is present in cell membrane of receptor cell. The olfactory receptor protein is coupled to a membrane protein called a G protein, which in turn activates the enzyme adenylene cyclase. It results in production of cyclic adenosine monophosphate, that is CAMP. So this CAMP leads to opening of sodium channel in the membrane. As a result, there will be influx of sodium ion leads to depolarization in receptor cell. So this depolarization triggers action potential in olfactory nerve. Action potential, which is generated in receptor cell, will be carried to a cerebral cortex via nervous pathway called as olfactory pathway. Nerve involved in this pathway is olfactory nerve. The receptor cell is a bipolar neuron. Bundles of axon of this bipolar neuron collectively form right and left olfactory nerve. This olfactory nerve terminates in olfactory bulbs by forming synapse with the dendrites and cell bodies of olfactory bulb neuron. It is also called as mitral cells. Axons of olfactory receptors pierce the cribriform plate and enters the olfactory bulb. In olfactory bulb, axons will synapse with dendrites of mitral cells. Axons of mitral cells leaves the olfactory bulb as olfactory tract, and this olfactory tract will end in olfactory cortex. Some of the axons of the olfactory tract project to the primary olfactory area of cerebral cortex, which is located at inferior and medial surface of temporal lobe. The primary olfactory area is where the conscious awareness of smell begins. Olfactory sensations are the only sensations that reach the cerebral cortex without first synapsing in the thalamus. Other axons of olfactory tract project to the limbic system and hypothalamus, will accounts for our emotional and memory evoked responses to odors. Coming to the applied aspect of olfaction, hyposmia, reduced ability to recognize and detect any odor caused due to the head injury, Alzheimer's diseases. Anosmia, it is a condition where there will be total loss of sensation of smell. Temporary loss, it is caused because of cold, and permanent loss, it is caused because of lesions in olfactory tract or meningitis diseases. Another condition is hyperosmia. It is an increased or exaggerated olfactory sensation which occurs in brain injury, epilepsy, neurotic conditions. Thank you everyone.